Hey everyone, my name's Captain Flare, and today we're just gonna real quick get into all the stuff that's going on with the ban waves and everything that you might need to know. Now, before we dive into the doom and gloom of this, if you're on console, you're totally safe and you're not gonna get banned at all, so just keep that in mind. And second of all, I did make a community post about this, but I figured, I realized I get a lot more eyes on videos, so just get this information out. That's why we got a short video today, so hopefully it won't take up too much of your time. So this video is going to be organized into 3 time-stamped categories, the first being the history of the bans, the second being what's happening right now, and the third being what it means for my content. So feel free to jump around and get to the parts that you're here for. So to begin, let's go ahead and get into the history of all this. A couple months back, skids, otherwise known as script kids, basically just hackers in this game, figured out that by using your EA ID or your username, they've been able to get into your character files and turn your levels kind of upside down, giving you a lot of strange numbers like 46. Now, the reason the number 46 is so significant is pretty much because if you're level 46 and you try entering a multiplayer game, the game will kind of just kick you out without a real explanation as to why. And the reason is this. Every time you join a multiplayer lobby, the game will kind of do a quick scan of your account to make sure that there's no suspicious activity. But when you're level 46, you're one level above the maximum of 45, which of course is spread out across promotions and all that. So when you're level 46, it will, deem you as weird and suspicious, and it's going to completely brick you from playing multiplayer. Now, as I mentioned before, all skids need is your EA account username. So long as you're playing multiplayer, that does unfortunately put you at risk. So with the history out of the way, we can go ahead and get into why it's happening now. So as for why, I'll be honest, I don't really understand modding. I don't know why now is sort of the time where it's, kicking into high gear. But what I do know is this. Quite recently, a fellow Garden Warfare content creator, Sylvia YSI, got banned midway into a recent stream of hers, getting totally level 46 and locking her out of multiplayer features. Now, as a result, skids have kind of realized, hey, this exploit still works, so yeah, I don't know, they're going through and banning more accounts, so what can you do? Well, as I said at the start of the video, first of all, this only affects accounts on PC, so if you're computer and mouse, then you're gonna have to worry about this. However, if you're on consoles, the skids do not have these banning tools, so you're completely safe to continue playing the game at your own leisure. But for all of us on PC, there are a few options. For this, I'll be sourcing Plants vs. Zombies News, which is a Twitter account run by Hey I'm Jay, because they seem to have some good insight about what's going on here and what to do. So number 1, don't share your EA ID publicly and only share it to trusted friends. Now, unfortunately, joining a multiplayer game is kind of you sharing it publicly. There's not really any way around that. So again, the only real safe way to avoid this is just to not join multiplayer. But something else they say is don't stream or record the game. And if you do upload footage, be sure to censor your username in editing. So you can still do stuff. I mean, I've still seen some people streaming today, but a lot of people have been using mods in order to censor names, so you could look into that if you really want to keep making content. And number 3, some people apparently are getting friend requests from people with PopCap in their username, so if you see that, don't accept it. It's not real PopCap. They're just there to find you out and ban you. So it's just the skids rename themselves to appear as official, so once again, do not accept friend requests from PopCap. It's not real. Now, unfortunately, this wave seems to be a little different in the fact that on PC, both Garden Warfare 1 and Battle for Neighborville are also sort of having issues that makes them advisable not to be played right now. Now, I'll be honest, I don't play either of these as much, so I don't have as much to say, but I do know that in Neighborville, skids have found new ways to totally mess with the game, make your characters say things they shouldn't be saying and just a lot of other weird things, so I wouldn't recommend playing that game either. Now, modding tools have recently been figured out for Garden Warfare 1, so I can't really suggest that you play that one either. Now, the one thing I can say with Garden Warfare 1 is that it will make your username public, which means that if you play Garden Warfare 1, a skid could see you and ban you in Garden Warfare 2. I'm just guessing. I don't see why that thought process wouldn't work. So unfortunately, I wouldn't really recommend playing Garden Warfare 1 either. Just, abstain from both games. It sucks, but I don't really know another way around it. Now, unfortunately, the biggest kicker is this. The only way this can get truly fixed is if EA and PopCap decide to step in and have some sort of fix to this. Which, I'll be honest, I'm not feeling hopeful. A lot of us were hoping that the EA anti-cheat from a few months back would fix this, but it didn't, which, is pretty obvious now, but even back when it was first introduced, it was pretty clear that it didn't really do anything. So unfortunately, that's where we're at. We kind of just have to sit around and wait for them to fix their game. We'll see. So that's sort of the gist of the whole situation. Just here to let you know, because I realize I have a platform and I should use it. So Stay away from Garden Warfare 2, and Battle for Neighborville on PC until, fingers crossed, something might happen. Now that wraps up pretty much everything I wanted to say when it comes to like general things the community should all know about. So next up, we're going to get into my channel and stuff that my community should be concerned with, because we're going to talk about my content going forward. Now, the first thing I want to say when it comes to my content is that the first part of me mastering Breakfast Brains has already been recorded, so that video will come up next after this one at some point later in the coming week. So you don't have to worry about that. But the question comes in where we're gonna go from there. Now, of course, I'll be watching the situation carefully, and if there's any updates, I will let you know, especially in like the pinned comment of this video. If you don't see a pinned comment, then that means that there isn't really anything, but if you do see a pinned comment, that means that hopefully the situation has been fixed. But I'm not super confident, I'm gonna be real with you, but do check. I'll be putting updates to this in the comments section. But unfortunately, the brass tacks is that Garden Warfare content on this channel might be coming to a bit of a hiatus until this is sort of fixed. Unfortunately, that means the continuation of the Breakfast Brains series or other video ideas, which I unfortunately have had, but I haven't actually acted on, and I probably should have done that before this whole skidding situation, but I digress. Garden Warfare content on this channel may be having a weird sort of situation, but believe me, I'm not going anywhere, so be sure to stay tuned as I'll be going into other kinds of content. With stuff like the continuation of the Terraria Legendary Mode series. And I've also got my eyes on some Plants vs. Zombies fan games and mods that are in development, so I'll be making videos about those when those come out. And I've got other pre-planned stuff in the works, like a Halloween special I'm pretty excited for, not to mention my 10K subscriber special, which I haven't started yet, but we're actually getting pretty close to that number weirdly fast, so I should probably sit down and actually start working on that one. Now, if you want to get informed regarding Captain Flare related announcements and stuff the day it happens, just like, you know, this whole skidding situation, feel free to join my Discord, as I'll be sure to keep you guys updated about the channel and sort of where we're going forward. Now with that wraps up this short little video here, so an extra special thank you to my channel members. You guys are really helping me out with your support, I really do appreciate it. And with that, yeah, be on the lookout for Breakfast Brains Part 1, and whatever comes out after that, I don't know yet. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.